Okay, so welcome to Gordo's Games. It's Gordo here with some more Digimon TCG content. So today we're going to be doing more of a an off-topic kind of thing. So nothing meta, nothing major. This is somebody on my server that's been playing this since day one and literally trying to keep it as relevant as possible. So the title for this video, as you can see, Keep Rusty Relevant. So for Rust Time Randomon, the guy has a thing for dinosaurs. I'm not going to judge him. I'm not going to say anything about it. I'm going to go into the deck profile and he's going to tell you all why he wants to keep Rusty relevant. And if you think the Rusty is relevant, donate £3 a month to your local charities. Thank you. Let's get into it. Alright, and here we go. So we are joined here with Tom. Now, Tom, you may know from which tournament? So it's Card Cavern's tournament. This is the man that solely lost himself a game by beating a poor Salamon up with a piercing, not realizing it recovered. That's the man. This is him, the legend. This is Tom.
I was going to bring that. I had a funny feeling.
But
it's like a go-to now.
But enough about that. That was good times. I mean, we all had a great time during that event, and you made it extra special because I got to watch that and cry on stream with laughter. But today we're here for a better cause. As I said, this is here to keep Rusty relevant, and we can all do this by donating £3 a month for all Rusty lovers.
Yeah, link to bio.
Exactly. No, dude. Obviously, as I was saying to everybody before this all started, you've been playing Rusty, Green, and all that literally from day one. You know more about Green than majority of players, and obviously Rusty is your fan favorite, and we all know why. You have dinosaur things everywhere. I think he has a room decorated with dinosaurs, but I'm not 100% certain.
The living room.
It's the living room. There we go. So there we go. It's fan favorite. But let's jump into it. You talk me through the deck, your choices, and yeah, let's see why Rusty should be relevant.
Okay, so we can start off with. I heard this again then. We start off with rookies. So we've got 3 Minomon, which essentially just gives all of my Digimon plus 1,000 when attacking. So that, which I found out today, it can stack.
Oh yes.
So,
If you restand, you get to restack the extra 1,000. It's only when you're attacking a Digimon, though, right?
Yes. But if I've got piercing, which this deck revolves around, with the Stingmon, Rust Tyrannomon, the normal Metal Tyrannomon, this Tyrannomon, well, they've all got piercing, so it's just going to stack those elements in favour, especially with all the Tyrannomon. There's nine Tyrannomon as part of this deck, so hopefully at least one Tiger will appear down each game. So they've all got their capabilities to pierce, and then especially if I'm playing like Rust and Metal, I go into a level 6 stand. It's 2 lots of piercing, 2 lots of attack boost. The reason I don't play 4 of this is because I found that in certain parts of the game, I'm always using one Digimon to go into my opponent's units, and the other, there's normally one left over that's just kind of picking at the security or picking at the player. So that's why the Tanamon's simply for that reason, that it always ends up in one other Digimon on that field that pick off.
That makes sense.
Argumon's great. Argumon just gives me that extra memory. It's not very often it comes in 2 clinch, but there's been opportunities where I've been a little bit down on my luck, and I've just needed that 1 extra clinch memory, and it has been useful. So it's always good. I wanted to definitely put just 1 in.
Okay, so but you wouldn't go for a second Tanamon or an extra Minimon then? The Argonons, you're happy with the Argonon?
Well, I could. It wouldn't make a massive difference, but when I use the Argomon, I'll use it carefully, so that if I need an extra memory for next turn, say I've got the memory tamer, I want to guarantee myself that 4 memory, because I want to. I've got 2 tigers out. I want to go into a Metal Tyrannomon for 1, and then tap another tiger and go into Rusty for 3. It just gives me that option that as long as I leave it protected and so that nothing can touch it, when it restands with whatever's on, I've got that extra bit of memory to secure it. which it has. Yeah, it has its moments, and when it has its moments, it's worth having it. Tamer wise, I tried running the split with Ken and Mimi, so I tried one of each.
Mm-hmm.
Found it a little bit inconsistent, and Mimi was probably a bit more important because this deck is all about getting out that field quick, getting out the field quickly, getting Digivolution sources up. So if I've got a handful of level 3s, essentially I don't really want to be going mad to card play, though if I can Digivolve and draw another card, I'd rather be using the Mimis, optimising to their full capacity. Plus, the point of running the Ken was to give me the extra memory, but if I'm getting, I've got the 2 Stingmon in, which do a fair bit of play when needed. Again, they're not essential, but it's one of those moves that if I need that extra memory, Stingmon's got me. If I need to reduce the cost of the Tyrannomon, Tiger's got me on that one. So yeah, there's a lot of memory saving or memory adding as and where. The Tiger are really important. I started off hating on Tiger. We kind of talked me out of it.
I'm going to still continue to do so, but obviously at this point here, carry on with your thought of liking it.
Yeah, so I really wasn't a big fan. I started off just playing one of, and played a one of. Thought maybe it was handy. Every time it was out, it was handy. If I've got a memory tamer out and a Tiger out, I'm no longer passing turn to play a Rusty. You know, I'm tapping a Tiger and I've instantly got in there. I've instantly got Rusty out with an attack. If my opponent's got a level 6 out and I've got metal underneath, or I've got something else next to Rusty, it's great. I can tack into them directly because I've got the tamers out. If they're a level 6, Metal Tyrannomon will let him restand. He's got piercing both times. If I've got Minomon or a Tanamon, I've Digivolved. If Ogumon's underneath, even better. And if Kabuterimon or Gargamon or Stingmon are underneath as well, it's even better.
No, it makes sense.
So it's just giving me lots of options so that when I end up with a hand with like maybe two level 4s in, I can really choose according to what my opponent's playstyle is to which lane I'm going to go down. If I know they're going to come in and they're going to play some really strong, there's no chance I'm going to want like Stingmon or the Tyrannomon underneath, definitely not the Woodmon. So I'd much rather have the option to go for the Gargo or the Kabuterimon to give me that extra boost when I go in. So I've got, for the options, I've got 2 Flower Cannon and Hidden Potential. Flower Cannon are just mainly there for if I need that head start. There's nothing worse than when your opponent's building up the same speed I am, and they just get bigger than me quicker. So it's great if I can get a memory tamer out nice and early, or get that 2 memory with the help of Argamon in the early game, get into a metal or get into a lily or get into something bigger, just that one little bit bigger, use the boost that I've got available to me, and then maybe use Flower Cannon to go into their Digimon, take them down so that they've got no unit out, and then continue to build up my board. So it puts me a step ahead of them in the early parts of the game, which this deck is maybe a lot slower than Ceresmon. Ceresmon's a lot quicker. So
yeah,
when I played Ceresmon the other day, the point of this was beat down their board. So as they started using Digisorption on me, I was starting to panic, thinking, "Oh God, they're going to get really big here." Luckily, they left me on 1 memory, but I'd already got a Tiger out. So that was great. I went bam, here's Metal Tyrannomon. It got the boost off of Kabuterimon and my Minomon. I was instantly like, great, I've got 8k here. Let's swing over that Blossom. I now have a big advantage over him, and then I can go bam into my next Digimon or memory choke him for a little amount with maybe like an Argamon, or I've got lots of different options to keep this deck going and keep it strong. So yeah, things like that will help me a lot in the early game. Ogumon, going into like the rookies, Ogumon was brilliant. It always is. It's plus a K to any Digimon, and in this deck, an extra 1,000 goes a long way. I'm playing 3 Argamon and 3 Goblinmon. I started off playing 7 2 costs. So I think I played like an extra Argamon. but just found that maybe having that Tentamon in there would be good, maybe against like a rookie based Digimon. If they've got something out and I've got 2 forces and I can suspend something else with 1 attack, even if it is just attacking with a Gargamon, attacking with a Kabuterimon or something weak. If I've got that opportunity to suspend something else and then go into it and get rid of it, it clears another unit from my opponent. So it just opens up that option. So the Tentamon has been added in for the last. Whether it continues to work out, we'll see how it goes. But if I was to remove the Tentamon, I would definitely add another 2-cost Argamon.
And what about the Akuamon? Obviously, I'm skeptical on the card itself. 1 cost to Digivolve, 4 cost to drop.
Yeah. So it's a really weird one. Akuamon's weirdly helpful, especially if I can get up early in a game. But yeah, like you've said, it is one of those cards that it does cost you a memory to Digivolve, and it is 4 cost to hard play. It's nothing you're not gonna hard play unless you're like late in the. But for the sake of this deck is all about getting. It's all it's about. You don't really want to mess about too much with anything else. You want to just Digivolve up as quickly as you. And as soon as you're a level 6 like Pokemon, nothing better than having Rusty go into an active Digimon. Spend something else so that your next unit that you're building can go into that as well. Then get Piercing and go Security +1. Like, you just can't go wrong. If I wanted Mega Gargamon with it as well, like if I've got a Kokuamon and a Mega Gargamon, which I had in the game, all I've got to do is have 1 Flower Cannon or keep that Digimon pinned the original and just go, yeah, cool, Security Attack +3, Mega Gargamon's there. So it's just a boost from those Megas to make those Megas even more of a nightmare to deal with, because once they're out, they become, the longer they're sat there, the more vulnerable they are, because the opponent will then go, well, we're not going to play out to the field. They'll start building and raising until they've built something big enough to take it out. So the quicker I can get that security. Terriermon is mainly there, control, that memory gauge, if I need it. Not very often is that handy, to be fair. Occasional times where it is, but not free. It's great to play if I'm just about to go in, if I've just got security to go into and I'm playing like Rookie Rush or like just for example.
It's good in the blue matchup. So if you're against the Hammer Sparks, if you're against the Ragnarlords, it's one of those you can leave on board and get the advantage out of the Terriermon.
Yeah, exactly. So I think there's Darkness Claw as well that does.
Yeah, you got Darkness Claw, gain 2 memory on security check for the purple. Yeah.
And then you've got things like Sakaimon for purple as well. So it's not always important, but it's great to be able to keep in your hand until it's needed, or even then, if I need using my Mimis, I'm forcing things out again. It's just great if I need a quick Digivolution and go on top. It's not always the same. It's just another thing to help me keep that draw power. So looking into like the level 4s, I've got 4 Kabuterimon and 2 Gargamon. I wanted this to be, I would maybe look to add an extra Gargamon or an extra 2 Gargamon and get rid of the Stingmon. But the Stingmon do have their time where they're handy, so it's good to have that option. So for the point now, I'm happy with this. The Kabuterimon is in there at the higher number, simply because the higher DP. It's got more attack force, so if I needed it to go in early, it can. If I need to swing over something little, it's got that ability.
And it's out of reach of Volcanic as well, so you're not going to get just wiped at level 4 as well.
Exactly. So you've got me down to a T. So I was just about to say Volcanic. Unfortunately, Omnimon Alter S hits it, which is a bit of a shame. But I usually find this deck's good enough that if I know that the Alter S is coming, I can play around it. When the Alter S comes out, I've normally sat waiting with a Bancho Sting and a Metal Tyrannomon, at which point, if I'm sat there, I can literally play into my opponent where I know what they're trying to get to. Leave a decoy out, build this Bancho Sting in the raising area, wait for them to play that Alter S, then bring it out, go into it, attack for security +3 with Pierce, and then restand with Metal Tyrannomon. Well, you know it yourself. You played me with Megazoo, and how many times did it take a Megazoo
I mean,
by storm?
I'm happy to admit Bancho is a hard counter to Megazoo, but you know, it's one of those. It's one of those. But yeah, no, it's a solid play when it goes off.
So it's nice to have it there. Again, Rusty and Mega Gargo aren't the best for them, but at the same time, if it came down to it, and I needed to keep your Ultra-S pinned or something big pinned, if I can get to a point where I've got maybe like a metal in raising or like any kind of level 5 in raising, start my turn. And you know, if there's hidden potential in there as well, I can or even just use Mega Gargamon to clinch a game. It really could, especially if I can keep some down. So I'm playing a low amount of blockers. I've only got 2 Woodmon. Any more than that clogs the deck, in my opinion. Way too much. So I don't really want the high level of blockers in there. This is a very attack-based deck. So every time we're blocking, not achieving what the deck wants. The deck wants to be aggressive and offensive. However, I do understand there are situations where it would be better to have as a 3, but for now I'm going to leave it as a 2 because we've got boosts in the level 5 to help protect it.
Yeah.
I've got the 2 Tyrannomon. That's simply just for digging. When this deck starts to function well and starts to play out, it can cause you to play out some of your lower stuff or hard cast a couple of lower things with your hand a bit short. So if you've got that chance where you've got a Tiger out, or I haven't got a Tamer out, and I'm searching for a Tamer to either give me that memory guarantee, to give my Tyrannomon that cheaper cost, it allows me to search through, and having 2 of them helps the consistency. It's not a card that you need a lot of. It's very rarely my first choice of Digivolution, but in the event that I'm starting to panic and think, oh god, I've got nothing to go into next, and I've got like either a Rusty or a Mega Gargo in hand, it's great to be able to go Tyrannomon, Digivolve, give me that draw, then get another 3, and I can pick that level 5 and grab a Tamer at the same time. I did know about the Togemon, but for this deck, the Tamers are really important, so I wanted to prioritise search for them. And with the high amount of Megas that I'm playing, it doesn't really matter if I end up putting 1 Mega to the bottom of the deck, because there's at least 2 of each, and especially there's 4 of the rest of the main card. That if I can, even if I bottom deck a Bancho Sting, I'll know there's another one in my deck where continue to use those sources to Digivolve up and keep searching if I need. I've got the 2 Stingmon simply for memory. Occasionally I'll have like Rusty out on offense, or I'll have a Mega Gargoyle. I'll go into the first. If I've got Lilymon out or something else to spend, it's just nice to be able to get this level 5 out, or anything bigger, and just gain that little extra memory could mean the difference between passing turn or getting out another metal, or it's not always needed, not always essential for this deck because it's quite memory efficient being green, but the extra memory does help. Definitely helps when you're in a position where you're with a comeback. If I've got something fairly weak, my opponent's got something big and stacked, if I swing into it, gain that extra memory, and then can go up and protect myself, it's better and it works well. So level 5s, I've got 2 Blossomon, I've got 3 Metal Tyrannomon, 3 Lilymon, and 1 Cherry. So the Cherry is to make up for the lack of Woodmon. That was a Rapid one originally, but
You still there, dude?
I just like. Sorry, just making sure. Yeah, there you go. So, going back to, so the Cherrymon is to make up for the single Woodmon. Could probably swap a Lily for it, but the Lily are quite important. They do me a lot of good. They give me extra target. They give me extra DP, because if I can stack Rusty with a Lily, have Kabuterimon underneath as well, or a Gargamon underneath, I'm guaranteed that something's going to be suspended, and he's going to be instantly on 12. If you've then got Minomon or Talamon, you know you're swinging for 13. Majority of megas are at 12. So it's good to be able to pretty much guarantee that Rusty will always be on 13 when he attacks. Just nice. And if they've got something monstrous like a Craniumon out and they've got 2 Tide, you've got Agumon to also follow upon, and you've also got Tentamon to also suspend something else. And Tentamon doesn't have to target a blocker, so that's always another.
That's true. That's true.
Metals are brilliant simply because Tiger keeps the cost down. So if I want to get it, I've had games where both my Tigers out and I've gone to Metal Tyrannomon for nothing. I mean, it's essentially download without making your card vulnerable. So you might as well use it, and especially if my opponent decides to match my field and get a level 6 out, it's just great because Rusty can just go straight in when it's suspended with the help of the Tamers, and then Metal just.
Yeah, I've seen he's put quite a bit of work from what I've seen. Oh, Tom's still there? Bear with me a moment, we might have some technical difficulties here. I think Tom's froze on my side. Give me a moment, he'll be right back with you.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so we just got to the Metal Tyrannomon, and obviously how relevant the card is. Yeah, because like they'll just get potentially a double swing on it, just puts in a lot of graft.
Yeah, especially like when it becomes a cheap evolution with Tiger, that's even better. Especially if I'm struggling to hold back my opponent and I need to hold them back one turn, and I've got Mega Gargamon that I can go in. It just makes a lot of sense to be able to defend myself that one extra turn, so that I can then go back on the attack. And sometimes you are a turn behind, your opponent has got a Ceresmon out, and you think, oh god, that Ceresmon's going to run through. What do I do? So if I can go Metal Tyranno for 1, keeping me in my own turn, and then throw down the Mega Gargo, keeping their Ceres pinned, I know next turn, with the help of things like Kabuterimon, the Minomon, Agumon, Intamon, Gargamon, I know I can just. So it's that kind of benefit.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Blossomon is just there simply for a quick Digivolution. If I am digging for more stuff, I'm thinking, right, okay, let's get up a level and then whack out a Mega. I know again it's another option. So if I've got another rookie out, I can go bam, suspend the rookie, go to Blossom, do nothing. So it's another just version of cheap Digivolution. The only reason I'm playing 2 because there are times where this deck can just be focusing on bringing one big unit out, and the last thing I want to do is make that vulnerable. And by suspending a Digimon, you are making it vulnerable because you can be attacked. So that's the reason I'm only playing 2. I don't think there's any more room for 2. I think any more than 2, I'd see it too often, and I really want the effects of Lily and Metal Tyrannomon more than ever, because they really are my key players in the deck.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
We've been through the cherry, so we've got the Megas. So my favourite, I'll save it for last. So we've got the 2 Bancho Stings. It's amazing. Most decks at the minute are playing Digimon at 12k. This deck does not use anything 12k. So instantly people look at it and think, oh great, I can run through this deck. So in the instance that my opponent thinks, oh okay, we're gonna start building up in raising, start smashing through these Megas because they're only 11k. It's just nice to have a Bancho just sat in the sidelines, especially if I've got a Memory Tamer out and I know they're going to attack into my unit, and I'll just sit and wait for it. I'll sit with my level 5 in my raise, keep swinging at them, keep destroying their stuff, keep hitting, carrying on as I am, and then as soon as they think they've got a turnaround on their hands, clear my board, they'll bring their big thing out, attack into me, leave their stuff vulnerable. I just Digivolve to Bancho, bring him up, attack him, and it's, if I've got Metal underneath him, like I said to you earlier, he'll just attack, security attack. If I've got Kokuamon under him, security attack 4, restand and attack again. So, and even then, so I've got the option of Kokua or Metal just to make it dangerous. Mega Gargamon, great, simply because of the double security attack again, which I've used with Kokuamon. Also, I've used it with Metal as well when I've needed to clear something going again. But this is really the suspension. Suspension is the main reason. It's like a bigger puppet without giving away all the memory.
Yeah, makes sense. Because Puppet's not as Puppet's playable these days, but in more of a rush list. If you're looking to control, you can't be going and giving away 10 memory, I guess.
Absolutely. It's more of an end game kind of card, and I find Mega Gargamon isn't an end game card, it's more of a mid game card. So, like I was saying earlier with like Ceresmon, when Ceresmon builds up and it's like ready to swing into you and just ruin your entire build, spend first turn or two building up, you go Mega Gargamon, suspend that Ceresmon, it's then suspended, they can't download off it. They can only use its ability to suspend you, which it doesn't really do. By the chance that they're going to get up to it, they'll either have downloaded and suspended everything they've got to try and build themselves back up. That Ceresmon is still as vulnerable as it was before.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So,
Mega Gargamon is mainly in there just to go against and to slow green down and give me that turn. There's other rush decks where I might not have a very good hand. I'm a turn behind. Just need to pin that one big thing on their board down whilst I then restand and go back in. Nothing worse than when comes out, pins the field for you, and then they start attacking into your stuff while they're pinned down. It's awful, but that's the point of it. That's why it's in. I did start running Imperial Dramon with Dino Beamons first, but the consistency was awful. Like I would always end up going into Imperial Dramon off of Lilymon and having cards wasted in my hand. So I took the Imperial Dramon green out. As good as it was, it just didn't work for the deck very well, and I ended up playing a lot more option cards and a lot less tamers, which didn't work out for me. So the Mega Gargo is definitely a better. Plus, with these all being 11k, going back to the Bancho, it means that if my opponent's playing Bancho Sting, it pretty much renders.
That's true. So in the Green Mirror, the Bancho doesn't do anything to you then, basically.
I can stay on top of that Ceresmon, keep on top of their Mega Gargamon, keep swinging in like a nutcase and making really really squirm for it. They end up drawing that Bancho and they think that's a waste of a draw for them. And it just gives them another thing that's just no good. So it does help a lot. And a lot of decks, especially with the amount of megas being played at the minute, a lot of decks are starting to use Bancho Sting. Not just green. I've seen a couple of blue decks opt it in as well because of the Dino B.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
So it's nice just to know that I'm safe against things like Bancho Sting. That's ridiculous. To take it down that memory, get rid of the unit. It keeps Rusty, of course, favourite card. It has been since the whole game started. I continue to try and play it if I can and make it a deck. It's just amazing. It just works so well. As soon as the Tamer's out, attacking to anything. A Tiger and a Mimi out, I know I'm guaranteed to Digivolve in and attack in turn. So there's just so many cards in it. Lilymon, Metal Tyrannomon, Kabutorimon and Gargamon, getting the memory off the 10 Kokuamon, everything here soaks Tyrannomon. And then when its second ability allows me to get, when it's got Piercing from Tiger with all this, and then allows me to spend something else, it's great. So I'll always get rid of the big unit with it, ruin that for them, and then suspend something else. And if I've then got another boost like Gargamon or Kabutorimon underneath of, say, for example, like another Metal Tyrannomon or another Lilymon out, or anything else got a boost, it just gives me more reason to start attacking. So it just is the key factor in this deck, and it does work well with the Mega Gargamon. The Bancho, as I say, if it was really down to me, I would probably want to remove a Bancho Sting. But I found by removing a Bancho Sting, I would always end up, when I wanted one, with one insecurity. and it sucked. So, and then once it's in security, you know you've not got another. At least with this, I've got more chance of at least having one in my hand every, just because you always need a. My opponent can turn around like what happened the other day with an Imperial Dramon, attack 3 times into my big stuff. It's always just handy to have something like the Bancho just to really ruin that card again. But other than that, I think that's pretty much.
No. Well, I mean, all in all, as I said, this whole is a last-ditch effort for all of us to try and keep Rusty relevant. We are really asking for donations here, thoughts, tips, tricks, anything at all, just to keep those Tyrannomons going. But no, I've seen the deck play myself. We are going to do some deck testing after this in a moment or so. I will ask before we go into the deck testing though. Anybody want to give any shout outs for any input you've had from people? Anybody help you build it? Anybody supplied the cards? Anybody you want to throw out any shout outs to?
Yeah, definitely. Any kind of pointers or any kind of opinions. So other cards I'd probably say that could be relevant to this deck would be, you could up your flower cannons maybe. You could maybe average out and play that Ken Tamer if you wanted instead of that me. You could opt for an Izzy, because Izzy is great for searching and it's such a useful card. I think Izzy's massively underrated. You instantly know if you've got that Izzy out. Togemon's a good card. Your Rapidmon's a good card, just gives you more of a boost. Other than that, I would say not a lot more. You can add Ceresmon. For me, Ceresmon doesn't work. It doesn't lynch the same way.
Yeah, no, I think you've tried that before, and you kind of have to focus their Ceresmon deck rather over anything else, to be honest.
Yeah, and you end up taking Rusty rather than maining, and it does work, but it doesn't work as well as the deck as a whole as at the moment.
No, well that's great. Well, let's get to the deck testing now then. Obviously, there's a profile there for it. We'll play a few games against a few varieties of deck for you, and then yeah, we'll take it from there. So I will just get us changed over now. One moment. All right, 2 seconds on. One on it. I'll be right back for it, and then we'll have a few games. Let you shuffle that up properly. Otherwise, you're just gonna brick.
Don't. No, it'd be like a replay of that last Imperial game.
Exactly. Give me 2 seconds.
Cool.
Okay, and we're back. Apologies all. As said, it's slightly unorthodox. We're doing this on thingy, but you know, We like to mix it up. So for those of you who've stuck it out and stayed on the stream, appreciate the commitment. Gotta love Tom. He does love his green. That's a fact. Alright. Alright, let's do this then, Tom. Okay, so we'll keep this simple. Georgina there with you?
Oh god. We'll go for the orange one.
Orange, okay. I was gonna let the lady pick, but you can pick then. I guess that's about the equivalent of a lady picking. Alrighty. And we'll go high roll for first. Let me just do this. And let's get ready for some games.
6.
2.
And then we just. We'll go Menomon, Argamon. Goblin.
Right, go ahead, draw. Or hatch, Minimo.
Ooh, it's green there.
Go Argonon, draw. We'll go Stingmon for 1, draw. And then we'll go Blossom for 3, put you on 2, draw.
Face up. Swing with Goblinmon.
Yep, hidden potential, add to hand.
Argamon swing.
5k.
We'll go Tiger. Put you to 1.
Right, go ahead, draw. We'll raise out. We'll go ahead and swing into your Goblin. And then we'll play down a Gobbly for 2, putting you on 1.
No.
You put me on 2 or you put me on 2 or 1?
Put you on 1.
Alright, then in that case, we'll go put you on 1 with an Argamon. There we go.
Okay.
Giving me too much memory with green. Don't need all that.
Menomon with Argamon. Argamon, Stingmon. We'll go Stingmon to Lilymon. 2.
Alright, go ahead, draw. Restand, we'll hatch. Go Argonon, draw. Go Stingmon for 1, draw. And then we'll go Woodmon for 2, put you on 1.
Raise out with it. We'll go Mega Gargamon.
Pin the Blossom.
Yes.
Alright, put me on 3. Okay, we'll draw. We'll raise out.
Yep.
We will go Argonon for 3. Suspend the Woodmon for nothing. Actually, we don't do that. We'll just pay the 3.
No problem.
We'll go Hidden Potential. Now suspend it. Then we'll go to Mega Gargo.
Very good.
And we will swing into your Mega Gargo for 12 because of Argomon. Gaining memory off the Stingmon.
We'll go, sorry, it's it.
And off the Argomon, play the Terriermon rested.
Yeah.
That's from the Argomon's effect and swing.
Yeah.
And then we'll go ahead and go Dino B for 3, putting you on 2.
Minnow to Argo. Wood. Metal.
Right, go ahead, draw. Hatch, restand. We'll go Agumon, draw. We'll go ahead and swing with Dino, jamming.
Yeah.
And then we'll play down Terrier, put you on 1.
Goblin Mon.
Go ahead, draw. Raise out. We'll swing Dino B, jamming.
Yeah, Blossom.
Three Scurry left, right?
Yeah.
Right, we'll risk it here. Swing Mega. Effect.
Yeah, Goblin.
Play out Gobbly.
Yeah.
Swing Agumon.
Rusting.
Swing Terrier.
Gargo. Ah, no flower cannon.
And swing Terrier.
That's 1 to you.
Disclaimer for you all. I don't even play green. I'm joking, dude. Oof, that was a bit too much work for my liking there. Close, because I know you was going to have something in there to deal with this, but...
Yeah, next move was Hidden Potential, Rusty.
I expected as much. I was like, you know what? I'll just go for game here. If anything,
Yeah.
worst comes to
I thought
worst.
that. Just talking through how my entire deck.
Well, I mean, I know how your deck works anyway, but I mean, you've never seen me play green against you, realistically as well. So it's a new thing for you. Have I actually ever played green against you before?
Just the ones.
Oh yeah.
I I think I was running Ceres.
Oh yeah, possibly was. Possibly was.
I'm not thinking the Dino B as part of 4.
Oh, I remember mine as a one-off.
Oh, okay.
It's literally just a one-off, just as a security kind of swing.
I'll go first.
All right.
Minamont Kokuron. Each one.
Yep. All right, go ahead, draw. Or hatch. We'll go Terriermon, draw. And then we'll go Argonon, put you on 1.
We'll go Kokurit. 1. We'll go Metal.
Right, go ahead, draw. We'll go Sting 1 for 1. Draw. And then we'll go Woodmon for 2. Draw.
Tanamon. Playing Mimi. Spring.
Right, draw. We'll Flower Cannon for 2. And we'll swing into your Tyranno, crash. Put you to 3.
We'll go Agumon to Gargamon. We'll go Lily. Tap Mimi. That's Minamon. Minamon's Terriermon. We'll go Stingmon. You're 1.
And I'll go ahead, draw. Yeah, we'll raise out. I'll go ahead and swing.
11k.
And then we'll pass turn to you.
Raise. Tap me. We'll go Kokuamon for 1. We'll download Blossomon. The Tiger. It's 1.
Yeah, we'll draw. We'll hatch. Go Agumon, draw. And we'll go Argonon for 2. You go to 3, draw.
Draw. We'll raise.
Just not seeing level 5s this one, so we're in a bad
tap
spot.
me.
We're in a bad spot. I think this game's not going my way. I'm too far behind in the board presence race here, and I've got no way to clear.
Go to Rusty for 3. Minimum on to Argamon.
Disclaimer throughout this video: no Rusties were harmed during the making of this video.
Security.
2.
Or hidden potential.
Mhm.
For Rusty. We'll Rust random on security.
Yep. 5.
We'll go Kua. To Garga. 1.
I think that's game to you, dude. I saw no level 5s. Yeah. We'll go to game 3. That's yours. Saw absolutely no level 5s.
No, just couldn't get up.
Nope, not the slightest. And I wasn't going to see one at all after that. Nope. That's yours, game.
To be fair, you had a really nice hand that first game, so.
Oh, it happens. It happens. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I saw it wasn't a bad start in hand. It was just a case of I didn't see the pieces I need afterwards. So once I got to that point, I kind of peaked out too early.
Yeah. So that's the one thing with green is it's unfortunately like as you know when you play Mega Zoo, it's the pieces, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I have got a couple of cards in here at wasted, but like, I will throw my disclaimer in here. I literally built this about an hour before we decided to do all this.
I'm very proud of you.
Exactly, I built it and I was like, you know what, we'll go with this. So here we are. Here we are. But I will go first for this round, and then winner takes all on this one.
But it's good though because at least it's got to show the downside to the deck and how it can be outwitted by another green. Unfortunately, Mega Gargamon is the enemy of Mega Gargamon.
Yes, yes. I was expecting you to do that, so I was like, okay, I'm not even going to go into my 6 at that point. I'll just hold back and see what you do. And obviously you pin mine first, and I was just like, okay, yeah, I've got this then. We'll go ahead and hatch. We'll go Agumon, draw, and we'll go into Woodmon for 2, draw.
Minomon. Minomon to Agumon. We'll also go Agumon. We'll go Agumon.
Right, go draw. We'll go Blossom here, put you on 1.
Raise. We'll Argon to Stingmon for 1. Agumon. Great.
Somebody's in the same spot I was in.
Yeah, I think there's no.
We'll go ahead and raise out. Ceres, put you on 2.
Catch Argamon. Argamon to Agumon. Argamon to... can we Terramon for 1? Will Agumon.
Right, draw. Or hatch. We'll go Agumon. Draw. Woodmon for 2. Draw. And then we'll go ahead and go Dino B for 3.
Draw. Will Lilymon. We'll raise first.
Yep.
We'll Lilymon for 2. We'll leave it there. We'll Lilymon for 2.
Okay.
Stingmon to Lilymon.
Go ahead, draw.
Do you know what? It's like watching me. Or watching Gordo knows how it works.
I may not play green, but I'm quite privy to how it's all supposed to work and how to go down. I'll play Terramon, put you on 2.
Draw. Raise.
Hidden potential. And a banjo. We're calling it. Actually, no, he can't do it, because he still needs to swing into me and be enough to do thingy, so no, it won't even work.
Potential. Login. Lilymon. Granamon.
Yep.
No, we'll go Mega Gargo.
Mm-hmm.
Ceres. Mega Gargo. We'll go into Ceres.
Yep.
30. But using Lilymon to Terriermon.
And there we have it. He needs to put me on 2 memory next turn. and me to see a 2-cost rookie.
Lilymon to go. Terriermon. Stingmon's ability, gain a
Mm-hmm. It's a shame, really. This would have been fun.
Lilymon. Rust, put you on.
Go ahead, draw. Put you on 3.
Stand. Go to 4.
Yep. Think we're having a bit of technical difficulties there. Bear in a second. Yep. He'll be back in a moment.
He's back. Froze again. Sorry about that.
All good.
Minomon's Coolmon for 1. And Mega Gargo security for 12.
Add to hand.
Yep. Ooh. Rustronimon security.
5.
Ogumon security.
3.
Coolmon's commentary on for
Scared of my little old Dino B.
Woodmon, put you on 3.
Right, go ahead, draw. We'll raise out. Imperial for 3.
Yep.
We'll swing at your Rusty. No, sorry, we'll swing at your Mega Gargo.
Yeah, block.
Yep, Pearson check. 14. Tap Mimi, this restands.
Yeah.
Go Agumon, draw. We'll swing into Mega Gargo.
Yeah, other Woodmon to block.
Yep, for 50, yeah, 15, I think it is. All good. And I think that is basically game to you there. We'll see how this plays out. 1 for Kabu. You're on 1. Draw. Too bad, too bad.
Stand. Go to 2 because Gargo restood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna Mega Gargo, get rid of the Rusty, security check for 11.
3.
Is that one card left?
Yep.
Kabuterimon to Cherrymon. Ogumon, security check.
Yep, 6.
Just to be safe and Flower Cannon.
No worries, dude. All yours, all yours.
At least we got to show where the danger in this comes.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would have been in a better position, but I'm playing these wasted cards. But I thought I'd try for banter, and it would have came off in one turn.
Yeah, I could kind of see it. I was like, no. It's like that's the because like Ethan plays a really good one with Grand Quagamon. Where he'll go Grand Quagamon like the turn before, and he's just sat there, and you're like, oh, he's harmless. Like, you know, he'll only swing into one of my things, and that's it, and then I can go into the kill next turn. And then he plays Dimension Scissor, and it's got Lilymon underneath of it.
Yes, yeah.
And usually he plays it with the Okuamon, so he'll go in, rest, in, rest, in, rest, and he just starts picking security up +1, and 3 attacks. He's taken out your whole field. Really good. But it's like, it's one of those, it's a one-win combo. If he doesn't get the combo, pretty ruthless.
Oh yeah, no, mine's just more Sarah's one, but I put that in there just to try it out. But it'll be taken out. It's not worth having in.
Do you want to have a jump over into some of the other tables, and we'll?
I don't mind. As I say, we can do one more for the video itself if you want.
Yeah.
All right.
What do you fancy? What deck are you gonna go?
Oh no, I picked one of the other boxes that weren't picked, so picked this one. Another one I built today again. Road 4, so you're first. After you, then.
The other end. See how it...
You watch, she's bricked with blockers here. That's what's happened.
Kabu.
Put me on 6. Go ahead, draw. Or hatch.
It's the only problem with this deck is with the ratios, occasionally you do get a hand like this. Unfortunately, it's normally whether it matters. Oh, it's Megas. Or is it Imperial? We'll find out. The next card will completely determine. Oh, okay. It's the opposite end of the pit. You rush. Okay. Nice. Great. I'm glad I got a brick. We'll go Flower Cannon on, yeah. We'll go Kabuterimon into we'll go Kabuterimon to Metal Tyrannomon.
Right, go ahead, draw. Raise out. We will swing Veemon at security, draw off the demi.
Yep, jam in.
We'll go 1 for Gorillamon.
Yeah.
Draw. Hammer Spark, go to 2.
Yeah.
We'll swing into the Metal Tyrannomon. Crash.
Yeah.
Go 2 for XV. Draw, restand.
Yeah.
Swing with Veemon.
Yeah.
Swing with XV.
Yeah. 6.
And then we'll go 2 for Friggy.
Kokua for 1.
Yep.
For.
Right, go ahead, draw. Or hatch. Gomamon, draw. And Gorillamon for 1. Draw. We'll go
Especially.
Dino Bee for 3.
Oh, it's Imperial. Okay, it's not. It is Imperial.
We'll swing with Jamin Pearson. Draw.
Yeah.
And put you on 3. What do you think it was, Rookie Rush?
I thought it was. I genuinely was like, yep, there it is.
Play the hand you dealt. Play the hand you dealt. Alright, it's not going bad, Roji. We're just doing a few bit of deck testing for profile. Deck profile we've just done here with Tom here. Go ahead, draw.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and raise out.
Oh, is that the restanding Imperial as well?
It is, yeah.
Ah,
Alright, we'll go 3 for Paildramon. Draw. We'll go ahead and swing with Imperial. Draw off the Demi V. At security.
What's the restand option for it then?
Any Digimon that has Jam in it restands, so it's not even just himself, he restands the Paildramons, the Vmons, Frigimons, all of it.
Oh, is that when he's Digivolved?
Yeah, when he's Digivolved. And
Oh, okay, right, didn't know that one.
What's underneath, Rusty?
Kabuterimon, Kokuamon, and Minomon.
Right. We'll swing its security with Paildramon and we'll draw off the Demi V.
Yeah.
And then we'll go Plesio for 2, putting you on 1.
So I'll go. Yeah, Rusturano will go into Imperial.
Yep.
Heart of the cards. Right, we'll go Gargamon. That's not heart of the cards. We'll go Tyrannomon for 2.
Alright, we'll go ahead, draw, and then we'll just swing for game with Plesio.
Yeah, that one was definitely yours from that start.
Yes.
I played the copy and I was like, ah.
Yeah, no, I looked at my hand, I was like, okay, this is my option. Yeah, sure.
I mean, it works. At the end of the day, this is what it's one of those things that green doesn't fare well against. It's like the Rookie Rush.
Oh, that's what I mean. Well, my hand was just 6s and then 3s, so I was like, okay, it's gave me enough memory. I'll go wide and get all the aggression from the Vmon, and I have like the X Vmon to restand in that. And obviously I was able to clear out your other guy with the Gorillamon as well.
I do Manara sometimes though whether the Flower Cannon would be better as a 3-of in this deck.
It can help games. I mean, you saw Mario's, he runs it as a 4-of.
Yeah.
It just put in a lot of work.
Yeah, especially if it
From security as well can save you. I guess the reason you bump up the numbers is because you want it to hit security.
Where do you compensate it?
Yeah, that's just it.
Like the only real option I can see with this deck, is like hidden potential out, which
You kind of need. Actually,
or
no, you
removing
definitely need.
Tamer, and the Tamers are so clinched with the way this deck works. I've got to admit, it's one thing this deck probably does. Yeah, Imperial. It probably is the other matchup it really does hate.
Yeah, I decided to build this back up earlier. So I was like, yeah, okay. So I've got basically purple, blue, green, yellow, red, and a Mega Zoo deck. First or second, dude?
I'll go first. Talamon, Tent. Stingmon, it's one.
Go ahead, draw. Or hatch. I'll go V1, draw. And then we'll go elect for what? Put you on one.
Play a Mimi. 3.
Go ahead, draw. Raise out.
Yeah.
We'll swing with the Letmon.
3.
We'll go 2 for XV. Draw. And then we'll go 3 for going 1.
Draw. Minimon. Minimon to Argo. Argo one. I'll play Goblin for 2. We'll download Blossomon. Tap Mimi. Go Woodmon. It's 1.
Right, draw. Go ahead and hatch. Go Gomamon. Draw. Go Gorillamon for 1. Draw.
I'll tell you what, that Gorillamon is such a key card.
Oh, it is. It definitely is.
It's like your version of Stingmon.
Yep.
Not Stingmon, Cobblestone.
And we'll go 2 for Grizzly, put you on 3.
Argomon, Ogumon. Tap. We'll probably turn on for 1. Flower Cannon, your Grizzlymon.
Mm-hmm.
Blossomon, Twin.
Yep. And stay at 0. You don't gain off the Stingmon because of Gomamon.
Why, what does he do?
Gaining memory on deletion.
Okay.
No Stingmon for you.
believe you swing at security.
Yep, 7.
Or cherry. Or 2.
Right, go ahead, draw. Will Davis. And we'll take the Gorilla.
Ha. Minnow one. Minnow one's Rogan one. I'll tap. We'll go Cubby turn on for 1. Flower cannon. Yeah, blossom one into it. Big one's ability. The memory.
Yep.
Lilymon. 3.
Draw. Go 3 for Dino. Draw. Don't think I've got this one.
Wait.
Nah, this thing, when you play long enough, you'll start to realise what's in your deck and what can win it for you and what can lose it for you. And I'm pretty sure I know all the things in my hand and what the capabilities of what's left in the deck. Yeah, you can return one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon to their hand. Then if you have a blue tamer in play, unsuspend one of your Digimon. So I'm just going to ping back the Lilymon to your hand, the rest gets trashed.
Mega Gaga. Or Curity with Mega Gaga.
6, you're all good.
So what have you got out so far?
Just the Dino B.
And what? How many security left?
3.
Cherry, swing.
Yeah, 4.
Download Blossom on. Gargo.
Put me on 4. Alright, go ahead, draw. Or raise out.
Yep.
We'll swing at security with jamming. Draw off the Demi V. Imperial for 3. Restand, draw. Swing into your Mega Gargo for 12.
Piercing?
No piercing.
Okay.
And then we'll Friggy put you on 3.
Venom on 12 Gloomon. Mimi. Cherrymon restood. So.
Yep.
Cherry to Bancho. Bancho Imperial.
Yep, that's game to you, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not, but I'm gonna scoop anyway.
It's not.
It wouldn't have been, no, because actually you flipped a hammer spot the last one.
Oh.
But I think it would have still been game overall. Let's go to game 3.
We'll just leave that uncertainty in the room.
No, I mean, it would have passed turn back to me, but I only had a Frigimon and I was going back to 3. And I had to clear 4 things off board. It wasn't going in the way it should have gone.
Yeah. So I think I got quite lucky then. I got the blockers quite early, so it's another reason why the blockers probably are important.
Well, I didn't see the Paildramon. That's one that would have made that a lot, that whole thing a lot slightly different, because I could at least taken out 2 of your board. Swung with the Dino, swung with the Paildramon, restood with the Imperial, and then swung twice to clear 2 of your things off board.
You playing the green?
I played the green one as well, but the blue, if you have the blue Paildramon underneath the Imperial, it restands it once it swings, so it automatically restands.
Is that just one time?
Yeah. So
Right.
basically, you can get 3 attacks from a Paildramon and a Imperial, as long as it stays on your turn.
Okay, right. Yeah, which I don't think you've got any worry really from that, have you?
Not particularly, no, not when you got Jammy. Obviously, the only thing you're going to hit is options, but obviously, the green match of the options are Flower Cannon.
Yeah, but then it doesn't really matter because you've got like Imperial.
Yeah, exactly. You can restand and things like that.
Because that's the only good thing about Imperial is things like Flower Cannon don't touch it.
Yeah, to a point, yeah. I'll go first in this one. Oh, hello. Let's go. Hatch. We'll go Vmon. Draw. Go Vmon for 3.
Nice.
Not particularly the way we want to start.
No?
No, not really. No, it's an awful start against green.
Tanamon. Goblimon. Goblimon for 2. Oh, set her back.
Yeah, go for it, dude.
And that is. No, sorry, I'll do it. Go Tiger.
I'll go draw. We'll raise out. We'll swing with the WV one. Draw off the Debbie.
Yeah, it's Mimi.
Swing with the Vmon.
Gargamon. That's great.
We'll go 1 for Gorilla.
Yeah.
And we'll go 3 for Pile. You want 3? Roll.
Stingmon for 1. What's that mean? No, we won't. Blossomon.
Mhm.
Then Mimi. We'll go Blossomon into Pyldramon.
Yep.
Stingmon in a memory.
Like we said, Alan, nobody plays Hornbuster. Sorry to say.
Tiger. Let's go Blossomon. Tyrannomon, 1.
Puts him on 0. Still your turn, dude. With the tiger.
Of course it does. Of course it. Okay, oops. Oh no. Okay. Do you mind if I recall that one?
Yeah, it's all good.
Sorry, man.
No worries.
Well, I've drew anyway, so what I'll do is I'll still tap the tiger, but I'll go Goblimon to Tyrannomon.
Yep.
So I've already drew for the Digivolution.
Yep, all good.
So 1, 2, 3. No, wait. Oh, that's attacked. I'll full cost. Just go 3, pick on 1.
Right. Go ahead, draw. Or hatch. Go Vmon.
Yep.
Swing with Vmon.
Metal. Lives. Just showed you the dangerous position you're in now, so.
It's all good. It's all good. Go to 2. Go Grizzly for 2. Draw.
You have a spark before.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Dino B for 3. Put you on 3. Draw.
Tap Mimi.
Told you, Alan. Prove it to me.
Tap Tiger.
Win a weekly locals with it.
Blossom to Rust.
With a deck that actually mains Hornbuster.
Minomon to Terriermon.
And then I will publicly apologise.
Rust to Vmon. It's 12k. Gain a memory for. Oh no, that affects. Is that the Stingmon's after the.
Stingmon will be on
No,
deletion.
when it deletes a Digimon, so would that be now?
Yeah, in the back now.
Yeah.
And then Hammer Spark, go to 1.
Oh, I mean, to be honest, that was better than my move. So.
Draw for turn. Will Davis 3. We'll take the going 1.
Draw. Raise. Tap Mimi. Minomon. Minomon to Agumon. What's the ability of the Imperial? It can restand when it.
Yeah, if it's got jamming. Any Digimon on board that have jamming, it restands them.
Is that when that's only when it digivolves?
Only when it digivolves, yeah.
So what about when it attacks?
When it attacks, if it has a Paldramon under it, it can restand, but that's due to the Paldramon. On attack, it's just got jamming.
Okay. We'll tap Tiger. Let's go to Rusty for 3. Rusty, security, 12.
12.
Ooh. 1 big. Rusty swing for 11.
4.
How many security you got left?
2 left.
Tenth on swing.
12.
Largamon. He's on 3.
Alright, we'll go ahead, draw.
Yeah, there's that vulnerability of Rusty. This is why I don't run the minnow at full capacity. Because when you're not attacking into stuff and you're just going for security.
No, I still think you're in a good spot here, don't worry. We'll go 3 for Imperial Green. Draw.
Yeah.
We'll swing through Rusty with Piercing to restand. Draw off the Demi V. Oh no, don't draw off the Demi V because there's no jamming. Ignore that.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll swing with the Imperial again for security.
Yeah.
And sadly, is 1 too short, so then we'll Ray of Victory, 5, and bounce one of your things back to hand.
Which one?
Doesn't really matter. That's game on you, dude. Well, it depends.
It might be a Hammer Spark, so if we say Terriermon.
Alright. Don't forget you're going back to. You're on 5 already.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll just hard play it then. Argamon security.
Yeah, 12k.
And then yeah.
All yours, dude.
Didn't expect that. You just have a couple of Duffans there, because normally against Imperial it's.
We didn't see the blue Imperial at all that game. If I'd
that
seen the.
and I had a very good start with the Tiger and the Mimians.
Well, so I mean, if I'd had the blue Imperial, I would have took game there because, well, I would have actually no, I still need the Paldramon. Once again, it's seen Dino B when I needed the Pale. It was probably my misplay earlier.
You running an even amount of each?
Yeah. It was the misplay earlier, leaving the Paldramon on board. I should have just played down another Elect one or something like that and just passed turnover and then built back here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
When I gave you the free Pale.
Should we jump over to the group? Let's go annoy Alan with some Hornbusters?
I think Alan wants some games with you, yeah. Let's go for it. I'll start tweaks with this.